Welcome back to We Care a Lot. I'm half the podcast, Mel.
And I'm the other half, Sam.
Hi.
Welcome back.
If you were here earlier in the year, we weren't here.
Yeah, if this is your first time, welcome.
Welcome.
If you've been a long-time listener, welcome back.
Welcome back. We're back in business. We did film 2 solo episodes before this. So if you haven't seen or listened to those yet, it'll give you a little review of where we've been and what we've been doing and all of the things.
All the thoughts for ending 2024 and beginning 2025.
But this is our first episode back together.
Yes.
For the year. And also if you're like, where did they go? We just needed to take like
a hiatus.
A full-on break, you know?
Yeah. It's been years.
Yeah.
Literal years.
Like
of doing this literally alone. Like, we don't have people editing or managing. So
yeah, we like schedule ourselves. We come up with the topics ourselves. We film and edit and post.
Yeah.
So it was a long needed break.
I think it was just like good to get like the creative juices reinvigorated.
For sure. I feel like it's hard when you have to like consistently come up with something.
Yeah. So I guess speaking on that, we are changing the upload like schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So sorry to say.
We might be robbing you of some
content. I'm so sorry. But for our own well-being.
And your listening
and your
enjoyment.
Enjoyment, for sure. You're going to get less of us.
Yeah.
But technically more of us because we're going to feel a lot better about the things we're talking about and not feeling stressed about coming up with technically like 2 topics a week.
Yeah.
So the new schedule is once a week on Wednesdays, which I know. Glowing Hour.
Glowing Hour is low-key our favorite.
Where did she go?
But we can't keep Glowing Hour and not the main segment, so that just isn't what we're doing.
Yeah. So I think the literal little negotiation we made with ourselves is we're gonna still have Glowing Hour. It's not gonna be a weekly thing. I think Glowing Hour will feel again like a special little treat for all of us, including us as your hosts.
Yeah.
So we're gonna pop her in like here and there when we feel really called to a subject. Or I was also thinking like it could be one of those versions of our podcast where if you didn't see that episode but we like recorded at the beach, you know, like it can be those scenarios where we're a little bit outside of the box or talking about a little bit outside of the box things.
Yeah.
But yeah, Glowing Hour is not technically out, but it won't be weekly. So just when we put a little bonus out there.
Yeah. She exists. She just is less often.
Yeah. So
which we're all sad about. Trust me.
Yeah.
But it'll be much better, I think, for the main segment. Like, not behind the scenes, which maybe you felt on the finished product, but we felt a little bit pressured to like figure out a topic, like forced. Like, I feel like talking about something once a week is a lot easier than being like, okay, what are 2 completely separate topics?
Yeah.
Which they never had to be, but we always kind of felt like, okay, if they're not separate, how are they connected? Or like, how do we not talk about everything in the first episode? Like, we felt like we were censoring to talk about things later.
Yeah, versus just like having a full through conversation. Yeah. So, you know, if you ever felt like, oh, I have to wait till Friday to listen to the rest of this, now you don't.
Yeah.
So that's the good news.
Yeah, it's just we're putting it all in one. Episodes probably in like the 40 to an hour range. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
It might end up being like, you know what, actually we have a lot to say this week and things are a little longer, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Wow. 2025.
2025, man. Starting off
rough.
If you've been not under a rock, you don't even have to live in LA, but you probably know about the LA fires. Yeah, it's been tough out here, not only for, you know, obvious reasons of seeing.
Well, first off, we're safe.
we're safe.
Mel and I,
Clearly, we're here.
and
Hello.
yeah, our homes are safe. We're safe, but
Sam and I
nonetheless.
weren't, directly impacted.
Yeah.
Our homes were nowhere near the fires. However, we do know family and friends and people who have lost their homes and have been impacted or displaced. And it's a true, just like, tragedy all around.
Yeah.
Whether you're a person who knows someone or doesn't, like, it is insane to see places and memories kind of like turn into ash, really. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there's just like this like down, like
Heaviness.
Deep heaviness just felt of grief here. Everyone is, I feel like the positive in all of this is to see how community really has come together and created resources, and
very fast too.
Very quickly.
Like literally within like hours.
Yeah. People were on it. And I'm just very proud to be like a part of LA in that way. It's really cool to see all of us like really help one another. I think like LA gets this bad rep for being like a facade and all about
rich people.
Yeah, or like fame. Mm-hmm. And in reality, it's just people wanting to find community and just like you see the realness that it is right now.
Or the fakeness
if you're being that type of person out here.
During this time, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been really interesting to see people's reactions, I guess, to it. Mm-hmm. And yeah, just overall, I think the sense of community LA has put together. And without even knowing it, I guess.
Yeah.
Which, like, makes a lot of sense when you think about it, you know?
Yeah.
But also it is crazy to think that we've never gone through such a devastating natural disaster that I think a lot of us are like, whoa, maybe this made other natural disasters more real for me to, like, be put in those shoes, like hurricanes taking out people's homes and stuff like that. Like, yeah, it was a concept, especially as a kid when you didn't really know what was happening. Yeah. It was a concept of like, oh yeah, those people lost those things. But then when you like know them or see them, like literally things you used to frequent, restaurants and shopping centers, whatever.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Really crazy.
In such like beautiful areas of LA also.
Yeah.
It's just really sad.
I've seen a lot of people too that don't live here but visited, you know? Or like we're photographers and we're coming for weddings and stuff and just gone.
And I feel like a big consensus that like if you're like not from here or maybe you don't like, you're not invested, I guess, like I think you might think like only rich people were affected. And I also like rich people are people.
Yeah.
It still sucks to lose
sentimental
items, things that you never thought would go away, things you wanted to pass down to your kids. Like a lot of things were lost, but also people who weren't rich lost their homes and
or were just affected in general by everything. So
it's just like there's a lot of sensitivity that I wish were placed in these kinds of conversations, because no matter who you are, I think nobody deserves to have something like this happen to them.
Lose literally everything.
It's just a shit show. Like the emotional damage that does to a person. I just, yeah.
I will say, to sort of segue us into today's topic.
Something else we're losing.
Spencer Pratt has been controlling the narrative on TikTok lately.
Oh my God, not him getting...
And I'm living for it.
Heidi to the #1 fucking spot.
And like... Pitbull's gonna remix her song.
I can see her doing a residency in Vegas.
John
soon.
Summit he was trying to get John Summit to like remix her song too.
Yeah. So funny.
If you guys aren't on TikTok, which it's maybe gone now, which is kind of what this topic is, but Spencer Pratt was killing it. I'm sure there'll be copies of his videos on his Instagram somewhere, YouTube Shorts, I don't know. But anyways, yeah, he's just been controlling everyone's attention over there, which I think is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that app is genuinely so fucking crazy.
It's really cool.
Like, people are making him money. Whether it's $10 for the 1 minute that he's getting, it's still $10. You know
but then,
what I mean?
having, like, the attention then to, like, Heidi's song and getting that
Right.
streamed, like, it's just so funny. Like, I just...
Can't help but love him.
Yeah.
And I'm like...
They lost everything too, right?
They did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Ugh.
fucking sad, which I hope that this whole scenario brings them a little joy.
It seems like it is. Hopefully.
Yeah.
It's like have you seen Heidi's videos?
They're all, like, crying.
So
It's
devastated.
sad.
Yeah, sad. And I saw him on live the other night. And I came in at a bad time because he was, like, mid-fight with her. And it wasn't a fight, but, like, argument, I guess. And she was just saying, like, go to bed. Like, it's time to go to bed. You need sleep. And he was like, all due respect, I'm not going to bed. And, like, everyone in the comments is like, oh, Spencer, she just cares about your health. And, like, you know, you need to sleep. And he's like, guys, I hear you. But all I do is wake up in the middle of the night and I think about all the things I don't have anymore. Like, and, like, it was, like, raw. Like, he was actually, like, sad and, like, like, it's the real trauma of him trying to process. Like, TikTok is his distraction.
Yeah.
And so he's just, like, in survival mode of, like, how am I going to make my family money again? And while he's entertaining us, at least it's making him money, I guess, like, in that way. But I do hope Hulu gives him a TV show. Like, honestly, that'd be everything.
Yeah. I feel like for their own mental health, though, I think they should not be on reality TV
Right
anymore.
now, probably not. But if it
In
was,
general,
like,
I
a
feel.
rebuilding, like a TV, like, building show. Not, like, reality,
Like,
just
give
their
them,
lives.
like, a HGTV,
Right.
like, rebuild
Right.
the
Rebuilding the
Spencer,
Palisades or
yeah.
something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That could be it.
That's so funny. Anyway.
Like, it reminds me of Tarek and Christina, HGTV.
Yeah.
It's kind of that vibe. Like,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
know their personal lives a little bit, which we obviously know a lot of theirs, but I could
was-
see it.
That was, what's her face's ex-husband, or her husband right now?
Who?
Am I thinking of the right people?
Tarek and Christina. Blonde lady. He had thyroid cancer. They have a daughter and a son, I think. Or
They're still together?
no.
Right.
He's
now
married to
with-
somebody else.
From Selling Sunset.
Potentially.
Okay, yeah, I'm thinking the right people.
I think
Yes.
so.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Anyway, Heather is her name?
I don't know.
Okay. Anyway.
Confirm below.
Confirm below.
If you guys know who she's talking about.
Anyway, so currently it's what, like
January 14th. We have 4 days left.
4 days left of what we think TikTok will be.
So crazy.
When you're watching this, it's either gone or not. Hopefully it's not. Yeah. But we just wanted to maybe give like a little homage to our favorite app. Or one of the favorite apps, I should say. But yeah, I just feel like nothing has felt as good as TikTok in a like really long time.
It was a Vine, like, reincarnated a little.
Yeah, but I feel like almost better because I feel like it just like, I think with Vine we were all watching the same things.
The algorithm is...
Yeah, the algorithm was really smart for TikTok, and I feel like it was not only like Vine was so entertaining. It was 10-second clips, fucking fascinating, right?
Yeah.
But like TikTok became like fucking resource.
Community resource.
It's just, it was insane. It is insane. I don't know where we're at right now.
Wait, speaking of TikTok, I just fell into the, like, lore about this girl named Riley and Maddie.
Okay, tell me more.
Her name's with an M. It might not be Maddie. But long story short, this girl, Riley, influencer, I guess, really famous on TikTok, she posted something saying, like, it's so weird how this girl I knew for half a second gave her advice on how to be viral on TikTok. Then I moved, or she moved, or whatever. We stopped hanging out. But then, long story short, she ends up dating her ex-boyfriend.
Ooh.
And then gets pregnant and is engaged now with this guy.
T.
And I was like, oh my God, T. And I was totally on her side. And then the girl came out with a video. And she kind of, like, debunked, like, all of her information. And I was like, wow. And you know how I am. I can see both sides of everything. So with both of them giving the information, I was like, I mean, I still do think the other girl is right now, Maddie, or whatever her name is.
The one with the boyfriend.
The one that is going to have a baby. But she just posted, like, I'm taking a break from social media. Goodbye. After posting her video of, like, the facts or whatever. And she's like, I didn't really want to come on here. Whatever. But everyone in the comments was like, oh, girl, you're so right. Like, fuck that girl. Fuck the other girl. She's a hater. Which, like, people did cut clips of her, like, on live. So I guess she would go on live and be, like, just constantly bashing her. And it's like, girl, get over it.
Maddie bashing the other girl?
No,
or the other
Riley
Gotcha.
bashing the pregnant girl.
Gotcha.
Like, oh, what does she want me? Sloppy, like, kind of really mean girly. And I'm like, ooh, yeah, that doesn't look good. Like, maybe just stop talking about it.
Stop talking about it, girl. Find something new.
Yeah.
Wow.
But they're young. I feel like they're, like, 24, maybe.
I feel
or younger.
Like every couple of months on TikTok, there was always, like, some drama between two people that, like, would arise, and you would wait for the
other side of the story.
Yeah.
Oh, but see, like, we're gonna miss those things.
Good times.
Like, everyone was like when she said I'm leaving TikTok, everyone was like, but where are you going when you come back? Like, this shit's gonna be gone.
Yeah.
But really, where are we all going? I have no idea.
Yeah, can you let us know in the comments below?
Yeah.
If it is gone, where did we all go?
Where are we heading? Because Instagram's just a different vibe.
Yeah, I'm kind of, like, hoping there's, like, a resurgence of YouTube. In a way, like, maybe YouTube takes on
Shorts.
a similar approach that TikTok did, and I feel like also the beginnings of YouTube were very, like, you can explore and find people a lot easier. Mm-hmm. So I'm hoping that, like,
they fix the algorithm.
Yeah, like, I started following some of the people that I follow on TikTok on YouTube again.
Oh.
Just because, like, where am I going to see your content otherwise?
Yeah, and I feel like people are directing mostly to Instagram. But, I mean, YouTube is doing a little better. Like, I'll get some regular videos, in-feed videos. What are they called? Like, long-form videos.
Content, yeah.
With, like, 300 views or whatever. And I'm like, oh, like, you're giving me someone new, not just, like, all the most viral creators or pages. So, I feel like they are kind of, like, getting there. But I don't scroll through shorts, really.
I do, but I always get stupid ass. And it's probably because I sit there and watch the ones that they have already given me. So, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it'll be like, because I don't look these things up. So I'm like, why are you feeding me these?
Oh, no.
But I get, like, those, like, what are they called? Like
satisfying?
Like social commentary, or not social commentary, like, when they, like, test the public to see, like, what their reactions, what is that called?
Oh, like they set them up.
Yeah. Like, pranked, but not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, like, so there's, like
how would you react? Type things.
Like, this guy, like, literally being mean to his kid, and then, like, a dad will come up and be like, hey, dude, you're gonna miss them at this age. Like, just let him get the ice cream. Like, oh, because it was, like, the dad, I'm telling you the whole plot. The dad was
clearly you like the video.
At the kid.
I think you like them.
It was entertaining, and I'm like, maybe I should stop watching them if I want these to go away.
Right.
But the dad was, like, yelling at the kid because the kid didn't win his baseball game, and so he's like, no, you can't get ice cream. That's your only reward. Like, you don't get one now. And the dad was the other dad was like, dude, it's fine. Like, just get him the fucking ice. He's already sad. Like, just make him happy.
Dang.
What's the big deal?
I'm like, it depends. Is this kid like there's a lot of layers there.
The kid was super sweet and just being like, okay, dad, like, really sad. You know? Okay. Like, he looked like he was
like, if the kid's going, fuck you,
yeah.
I'd be like, don't get that kid ice cream. What the fuck are we doing? Anyway.
Things like that. Or, like, a mom in public who can't afford, like, her kids'
what's that
meals.
show of those guys where they get on, like, the little speakers and they tell them, like, all right, Impractical Jokers. There it is. It's
kind of like vibes like that, but, like, it's like a social commentary of like whatever, you know.
Interesting.
I get those videos on fucking Shorts, and I'm like, what did I do to deserve this?
What are you watching? Trisha Paytas, like,
but, like, what? I'm literally watching, like, Gwen Blackwell and, like, Trisha Paytas and, like, actors on actors.
Yeah, that's not really giving.
Like, what
social? I mean, kind of. I guess.
I don't know. Anyway, I'm hoping that's where we all move.
To YouTube. They gotta improve the platform a little.
Yeah.
It's not very user-friendly at the moment.
I feel like there needs to be like a resurgence of YouTube.
Well, they just need to kind of copy TikTok.
Yeah.
Which is what all the apps have been doing, like Snapchat. Instagram stole Snapchat's kind of, like stories and all that.
Well, like Instagram steals everyone.
Right.
Yeah.
Reels. We didn't have Reels before.
No.
And we were all
Yeah. I don't like current, like when I want
scroll through Reels.
Yeah, I don't really do that. I mean, I do that now because I'm like, okay, I gotta get this algorithm
I watch
going.
Reels when they're on my main feed.
Gotcha.
You know, like I get recommended Reels, or if someone I know, like already follow, posts a Reels, it goes there.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm not really exploring much unless, because they started doing like the banner, and they get you. They get you. I'm like it'll be like a fitness one of this girl like, I lost 30 pounds in 5 days, and I'm like
you're watching small? The little screen.
I know, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna click that. Oh man, but they get me.
That banner goes crazy. Like they know how to feed it to me.
They do, and it the thing is, it's still fairly aesthetic content. I do follow a couple people who are like TikTok-y on Instagram.
What do you mean by that?
So like there's this one girl who said, what is it called?
Oh, like just like
it's a series of like day one of dressing like a slut is what her series is called, but she doesn't actually like.
Yeah.
I mean, subjective, I guess,
right,
to what slut is, but she just dresses like stylish and like kind of not ridiculous, but like very, a baseball like, cap and basketball shorts with like a nice button you know what I mean? Like it's like funky but fun. And so like that's kind of TikTok-y because she just talks to the camera and is like, all right, I'm gonna put this on, I'm gonna put this on, like it's cash, it's not like jump and then it changes her shirt or anything, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is very Instagram to me.
That's very Instagram.
So maybe she was like ahead of the game. She was like, I know TikTok is going,
so I'm just gonna
start making this content here.
See, that's why I feel like that kind of content would be perfect if YouTube could get their shit together, because like that's how YouTube was, is like you were talking to the camera in that way that like TikTok is, but now it's short form. Like I feel like if YouTube can grab the concept of like making creators want to make long form content and short content, and like
I guess that's the problem, right? Like they don't want to make long form content, and that's kind of what YouTube is for. So if you're not making both, it's like, but people are just doing shorts.
But I think like things that help with that is like creating incentives for the creators, which I don't think YouTube does much anymore. I think in the beginning of YouTube, like the first 1,000 people were like really taken care of, and I think like there's another wave that needs to happen.
But even TikTok Creator Fund, if you think about it, I don't know what all the rules are, but like the videos have to be more than a minute, and you get like
10 cents or some shit.
10 cents for a full view or something, which like don't get me wrong, I mean, but like pay-per-click type stuff is also that amount. Like it's very little, but capturing someone's attention for a whole minute is kind of a long time in today's world. Like pay-per-click is like you just have to get them to click on it. That could take 1 second. And then like pay per impression is just them being there.
But I guess like I guess I'm thinking it from like their perspective of like to get more users to just be posting this type of content is to do things like that. Because like yes, we're very like logical about it, where we're like a minute is a really long time. But and kind of being realistic of like, I don't know that we can hold a minute or like whatever, versus like people then will just take like, oh, if there's a possibility to make money by any means, I'm going to throw it out there. You know what I mean?
And it's working.
And it worked. So.
And they're doing well, so don't listen to me.
Don't listen to me.
Well, actually, they're disappearing, so I don't know how well they're doing. But also, isn't that going to just change? Like, it's going to change so much. Like you were saying, like small businesses.
Yeah.
Did you say that? I don't know. We might have been talking about that off
camera.
But like small businesses are going to be affected.
Yeah.
I'll call myself a small business, you know? I got a little blog going. That's a small business that I want people to go to so I can make passive income. What are we going to do? Post on Instagram only? But I will say it also is nice to not have to post on multiple platforms.
Yeah.
And focus in on like that's my thing. Like if one of them figures it out, that'll be so nice, as opposed to downloading another new app, and figuring out that
The
app,
culture of
getting
that
the
app.
algorithm on that app.
Yeah.
What are the trends for people on that app? Like, it's just a whole, like, for business owners in general, social media as a whole, like, jobs in general are going to change.
Mm-hmm.
Like, applying for jobs that are like, oh, focused on TikTok. I'm like, well, babe,
Doesn't exist.
how are you a TikTok specialist if that shit's gone?
Yeah. I mean, it's time to find a new platform, find you a new role.
They weren't kidding when they said social media is ever changing.
Yeah, it really is.
And adapting. But what is the one? Red Note?
Red
is
Note
a potential...
is the Chinese version. It honestly looks like Pinterest.
What? Really?
It's very confusing. Like, I looked at, like, the little photos of it.
Uh-huh.
But that's where everyone's going, and people are acting a fool on there, and it's so funny because it's obviously, like, predominantly, like, literal Chinese people in China
'cause they've been
and
on
posting,
there.
and they've been, you know, whatever, and then it's just like all of us just coming in like, hey.
Also, like, what's gonna happen to TikTok in other countries when all of the American people are gone?
It's just gonna keep on existing. Yeah.
I'm like, but America keeps it going because our content's so good.
Maybe not.
But maybe not. I don't know. I don't get content from other countries, but I mean,
like,
yeah,
I think
like,
about that girl. I don't know if you ever got her on your feed, but that girl from, I think, from Uganda, she was, like, so homophobic, but everyone just, like, kiki with her. It's so funny.
What? Because she was from Uganda, everyone gave her like a little bit of a pass.
No, it was just like a joke. Like, it was just a joke.
You guys
like,
were just like making fun of her a little. Like, right, girl, we're
making
going
fun
along with it.
of her with her. Like, yeah. Like gays would continuously ask her, like, can I come visit you? And she goes, no, we don't like gays. And, like, it was just like, it was a joke. It was just like this running joke. And I just think about her, like,
what a weird place to live.
Where is
like,
she gonna be
exists
without everyone
on the internet, you know what I mean?
So
what an algorithm.
Yeah, crazy. I think we should all just continue to act like TikTok exists, but on a different platform. Like, post the same type of things you post.
Yeah, but we all have to agree. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we can't all, because then we're all split up. We need to migrate as a family.
I know. I just feel like we all, like, open the floodgates to have this, like, open dialogue and, like, culture. It just needs to move to something else. Like, I don't think any of us are ready to just go back into, like, aesthetics. You know what I mean? Like, it's fine.
But that's also my thing is, like, my dumb point I was trying to make earlier about, like, America leaving TikTok.
Yeah.
Like, if we all decide to... Oh, my God. She's getting aggressive. If we all decide to go somewhere else, like... Not to say that we're, like, dictating what's going on social media, but, like... Wouldn't those other countries need to also come to those apps or whatever? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess so. And maybe they will. But maybe they already...
Like, TikTok for them is going to continue and be the same? I just can't. Like, can you imagine all of, like, Britain or something going away from TikTok or Instagram? We'd be like, what the fuck?
I know.
Where'd y'all go?
But the thing is, like, other apps that maybe we would migrate to already exist and they're already on, so it won't be like such a big shift I feel, unless it's a whole new one.
God, a whole new one, just
Neptune or
honestly
whatever.
stresses me out. Like, you guys keep on TikTok in the comments like, we're moving to this. I'm like, no, I don't want to download another app. I don't have iCloud storage. I literally don't have iCloud storage. So can we please stick to one app? Also, have you been, like, do you have any drafts or, like, archived posts on TikTok? I downloaded all of mine.
But did you have to do one by one? I saw a video where it's like how to do multiple, and I didn't watch it, but, like, apparently you can.
I did it one by one.
Did I not send it to you and Logan?
I don't know. On TikTok? I don't think so. I might have missed it,
Well,
but I don't think so.
I didn't save any. I don't really care about mine that much. I didn't post much.
I think it's funny, some of mine. Like, my baking videos that I archived, I'm like, wow, we've come a long way.
We've come a
like,
long way.
Couldn't have invested in a tripod any sooner. Like, I remember, so it was 2019, my first TikTok. Crazy. And I was just...
the one where you went to...
Yes, Big Bear. Was it Big Bear? Yeah, it was Big Bear. And I did, like going to Big Bear video, and then I also did making apple pie because it was Thanksgiving. And it's just funny, like, I was doing transitions, like, that was like the time of being like, zoom in and then like you come up and it's a different thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I'm like, wow, it's been a true journey on this app. Like, you're erasing history.
Like, the only one that I care about is a similar vibe of, like, not transitions, but, oh my god, I can't even think about our Glow Getter TikTok.
Oh, I don't even need to open that one. That one we
That
could
one
just
can
let
die.
die. Yeah, we can let that die.
But, no, like, just, like, the montage of, like, photos with, like, a song, like,
Oh, yeah,
that vibe. And I still don't know why mine didn't go off, because
just
looking back, I was
timing.
like, this kind of ate.
Yeah.
But
it's all timing, I'm telling you.
that, yeah.
Like, my first few videos were getting, like, 1,500 views, which was a lot at the time.
Yeah.
Because it was, like, there's only, like...
1,500 of
Yeah,
us.
1,500 people on TikTok. Not really, but, like, it was crazy. And I was like, oh, my God. And then I wasn't consistent and whatever. It was a whole thing. But it is crazy to think, like, what happens to the page? Like, it's still going to exist. We just can't access it.
I don't understand.
I'm not sure what's happening.
I don't understand how, like, logistically that all works.
Like, can we open it? It just won't go anywhere.
I think you could, like, people are saying, like, you can get a VPN and just pretend you're in a different country and keep posting, which there's that route too.
But that means everyone has to do that.
But everyone, yeah, has to do it. But...
Like Australia? Pretend we're in Australia?
Or even Canada, like...
Oh. Wow.
Or Mexico.
Canada. Just like...
Canada. But... Yeah, I don't know what logistically that looks like, if the page, like, will still exist. Like, if a
like
Canada
if
user
Canada,
goes on and looks up my page, like, will it be there? Probably. Like, I don't think it would not exist.
Or maybe it just says error for them. Because, like, that's kind of annoying if I want to
don't
delete
know.
something, but I can't access it.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's fucked.
I've never been part of a fascist society, so I wouldn't know. You know? It's my first time out here.
Oh god, this episode's coming out after the supposed ban, so I'm really curious if when this comes out it's just gonna be like, no, we kept it.
Just JK.
JK, lol.
April
The lawyers were
Fools.
right. They were right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe someone will buy it. Maybe TikTok will allow a purchase.
If I could, like, literally give everything that's in my bank account right now to save TikTok and I get to keep it, I would keep it.
They'd be like, girl,
Your 5 cents. Yes, king, my
They'd be
5
like,
cents.
girl, who
Take
are
it or
you?
else.
Can you imagine? I mean, it's weird because it kind of feels stupid, but like life is gonna change.
No, it really will. And the thing is, like, literally though, like
do you know how many times I say what I saw on TikTok?
not only that, but, like, how many times you open it to go look for something?
Right.
Like,
Best skincare, Korean skincare,
literally
moisturizer, looking up random shit.
random shit, or like what's happening in whatever. Like, you probably look it up, what's happening in LA,
Yeah.
or LA fires. Like, you're probably doing that. What are we gonna do without that? Like, how invested I was in the hurricanes this last, like, year. I don't see any other app gonna be, like, investing me like that anymore.
But maybe they will. That's my thing. Like, what's the transition gonna be?
I guess we won't know until we know, you know?
You know? I know.
But anyway.
It's gonna be interesting to see what happens, number one. Like, are they actually deciding before the 19th? Like, because it's supposed to be banned by that day, which means they need to come to a decision sometime soon. Like, before that day, right? I don't know. Like, why are we deciding so close to the date?
I thought the decision was
It's giving
made.
PR. Oh, it's done.
I thought the lawsuit was already in it, like, it had already, like, closed out, and, like, it said that TikTok was being banned by the 19th.
I thought they were in proceedings. Still, I'm unsure.
Maybe we should look that up. But yeah, I don't know. I think by the 19th, either the 19th is our last day of in effect, or that's the date it closes out. I don't really know.
I mean, like, going back to the brain rot of it all, I would like to think that if TikTok was to go away, that would be less brain rotten. But based on how you and I are speaking, we're looking to put that brain rot into
Somewhere
something else regardless. So
we are all fluent in brain rot these days, so it's like you can't.
which like I love, but I hate. I have a love-hate relationship with social media in general.
Yeah, for sure.
Like so much to love about it and just so much to hate.
I think I love it and hate it for the same reason, and it's because it consumes me. Like,
you don't consume it.
No,
You are consumed.
I am consumed. Like, I love that I can be so part of other people's worlds.
Yeah.
And learn so many things, even if it's brain rot.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, the fact that I feel like I can't live a day, probably, like, genuinely, without, like, opening something up is kind of insane.
Yeah.
And the fact that, like, I am now so accustomed to it being literally a part of me is not okay.
Yeah, I feel like we are so, like, brain rotten to the point where, yeah, we're brain rotten. But, like, to the point where we're not even living our own lives. Like, I catch myself scrolling on TikTok or opening my phone to go on Pinterest, and I'm like, why?
Literally, though.
Like, why am I not just, like, why don't I go and have a conversation with, like, my parents downstairs? Or, like, call a friend. How are you doing? What's up? I don't know. There's, like, so many other ways we could be spending our time. And that's my love-hate, you know? Like, love that I'm learning and being part of other communities or my own community that's, like, just not within reach. But then I'm like, okay, but there's also, like, this really small community that's literally right at my fingertips, truly.
Yeah.
And I'm not engaging with it because I'm so attached to, like, learning more constantly. That's brain rot and stuff. It's sometimes not even valuable. Like, have you ever said something that you saw on TikTok or something and everyone went like, oh, like, cool. Yeah. Like, it wasn't like an in-depth conversation. It was just kind of like, yeah, that's crazy. You know what I mean? And then it was just like, right.
You're saying, like...
It's like you brought something to the table but that, like, had no depth to it. Like, it was just like, yeah, I saw this girl posted this thing where she said this and showed me this, and then, yeah. I don't know, I'm just giving a very vague example. But, like, you bring something to... I mean, sometimes it does obviously bring more brain rot conversation to the table with your friends of, like, oh my god, yeah, I tried this product and this or whatever.
Yeah, I feel like it either goes two ways for me. It's either, like, the other person is, like, fully invested in what I'm gonna tell them about, and so then we'll have a brain rot conversation about it.
Right.
Or it's like, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I know. It's like
it's not even like that they don't care. It's just like they already
I've already engulfed and consumed myself in it.
There's nothing to add. Like,
stop talking.
We can't have conversations anymore because there's nothing to conversate about because we're all watching and doing the same things.
We're like, right.
And you know what?
I saw that.
Controversial take.
Tell us.
I was just thinking, like, a part of me, like, kind of understands why they want to kind of, like, take away something like TikTok. Because we're all so, like, open on every end of, like, knowing everything about everyone in the world. That it's like overconsumption of, like, information, and you probably feel like I don't think humans are supposed to know all this type of stuff, like, all at once. So a part of them, I'm, like, thinking, like, I'm giving them benefit of doubt, you know, like,
they're actually trying to help us.
They're actually trying to help. Like, maybe, like, they are trying to take us back to, like, the 1950s, but, like, in a cutesy way of, like,
in a slow way too. Like, let's just give it one platform.
Yeah,
and give them, like, valid reasons.
And, like, let's, like, let them come back to themselves in their everyday present life, you know? And
see, like, that'd be nice. That's what I like about it.
That only have to do with the U.S.
Or, like, our current...
But I'm also, like, we're citizens of the world, you know? Like, and then I come back.
But, like, I wish.
But, like, I want my brain rot, so come on.
See, I mean, also, like, what's that whole thing with Mark Zuckerberg, like, changing a bunch of shit with Meta? Have you seen that? He's, like, getting rid of the community... Not guidelines, but, like... censorship, I believe, or something. Like, they're changing a lot of those policies. They're moving to Texas instead of California because apparently California is biased. And I'm like, if you're picking another place, I feel like Texas was just as biased in a different way.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know where a neutral territory would be in the U.S. But
I'm like, if you're moving towards the same places that Elon Musk moved his I don't think we're on the same page, bud. Like,
it's just
we're not.
I
just
like your point of like maybe they're trying to help us. I'm like, okay, but then what is Meta doing? What are they trying to do?
yeah, I don't know. I don't really think it's like for our benefit, but that's what I'm taking from it. Like, we're all trying to just like unplug a little, because I don't think like humans are meant to intake all this information, and also honestly
agree,
like
yeah.
intake all this trauma, and like how it, like, it's not like a lot of us aren't like physically impacted by these things that happen in the world, but I feel like emotionally I don't think we're meant to see that much like destruction and shit.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I did see this other girl on TikTok talking about how she's like, I'm usually not really fucking good at like to-do lists, but after everyone said to like undownload any like Meta apps, to stop accepting cookies, to unsubscribe from all emails,
What?
delete my Amazon account, she's like, I've done it all because I really like don't want them to like take over my autonomy. And I'm like, oh, are these things I should be doing?
I've not heard this.
But then I think like my job is literally like to create SMS and like emails and like
it's
cookies
not
for
possible.
people. Like, it just like, maybe I agree with her, and I agree with like this movement, and then I'm like, my job is literally to do.
That's the thing, is it's like as an individual, most of the time, not to discredit anyone's choice or like movement towards something they think is better, but just like I feel like it's really hard as an individual to make that change, and it actually do make a difference, I guess. Which, like, you could say the same thing about fucking voting, like, oh, don't vote because you're just one person, whatever. Like, that's not true. But like, I feel like for decisions like that, it's like you have to get a lot of people to delete their Amazon accounts for that to make a difference. Not to say that nobody should. Hey,
I mean,
if you're ready
sure
to delete that Amazon account, girl, delete it. Me personally, it would be hard. But do you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it would be so hard to get it to make a difference.
Yeah.
Which is discouraging for me.
I think it's a lot easier also for people who aren't
like invested as.
It's just like, again, like for me, it's, and for you too, like our whole career is, I guess, like in the means that we've had to learn to gain like marketing attention is through these means. And so like I feel like my morals and like expertise are conflicting, and like I don't know where that leaves me. And so like I kind of just am like, well, I need to eat
in action,
you know,
yeah,
like I need to feed myself,
and it's also
and whatever.
Hard because you spent so many years developing these skills
and you just don't want to like immediately let go of them.
Yeah, so it's like,
it's tough. I don't know.
People do it though. People give up. Like, I don't know, people who went to law school to be a lawyer for whatever, and they're like, this doesn't align with me anymore. Yeah. I'm gonna fucking move to Hawaii and be a surf instructor or whatever.
True.
You know?
Literally true. I mean, I wouldn't be a surf instructor.
Maybe like a pottery instructor.
I'm a little scared of like the fish touching me.
I told a guy that the other day.
What did he say?
He said, all the fish are nice.
You said, yeah, I said, but don't want them to touch me.
I don't want. I don't want the fish. Thank you.
But yeah, like the other part of that is like people are just saying like try to encourage, or like, what's the word? Interact with in-person like media, or like billboard ads, or like things like that, like old school or traditional
newspapers
advertising.
I use coupons. I use paper coupons.
There you go.
I don't know,
but they're saying like that's the ways that you can like transform
make a difference.
That part, yeah. And I'm like, okay.
I'm like, right. But you know what I've gotten really good at in the past few years? Content creation.
Yeah. And I need you to accept those cookies for my content to make sense.
I need you to say yes, please.
It's just fucking hard.
That's the thing. I mean, it's all about adapting, and like whatever the larger society decides, that's apparently what I'm going with because of career. I don't even know how we got here. But we'll see if TikTok is gone.
And if it is, the new place you can find us, actually it's always been around, but like you can always find us on Instagram,
Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. We've been on those girlies, low-key neglecting TikTok. That content's just been repurposed, not gonna lie.
Should we download all of TikTok content?
All of it. Oh, but it's the same as Instagram, unless it's the Carrie one,
Yeah,
the Sex and the City
Sex and
one.
the City one. No,
We should put that on YouTube.
And Instagram if we had it.
See what I'm saying? And like it excites us. God forbid.
God forbid.
God forbid I'm excited about something.
Yeah, I don't know.
What'd she delete? She deleted cookies, email newsletters, Amazon, everything Meta.
Everything Meta. Instagram.
Do you know how many embarrassing funny stuff I have on Facebook?
I mean, it still probably exists, but she's like no longer using them. I don't know, actually, maybe she did deactivate her accounts. But you can always reactivate them, so it's like...
See, it's like everyone has just different priorities. It's crazy. Free will. The use of free will is crazy.
I don't know, man.
We'll see where social media heads post TikTok ban / potential ban, because things are going to change regardless.
Where am I going to watch my Gaylor content? Like,
where are the Gaylors going? You should make a TikTok. You should make a TikTok today and be like, where are the Gaylors going?
Because I need my community. That is the community I found.
No, wait, that's
TikTok.
actually really funny.
So
I'm gonna make you make it. Oh yeah. Rest in peace.
Maybe not.
I don't know. Some people are happy about it. I'm like a little but I'm not.
Whoever's happy about it, it's like, grow up.
See, but then you're telling me to delete Meta a little.
Meta's fine. We don't even fucking use it that much.
Instagram is Meta.
So what? Bye, bitch.
You're crazy.
I've been saying for the last year and a half how much
you want
Instagram
it to change. I know.
Needs to change. So I don't give a fuck about that bitch. I'm saving all my content if it gets deleted, though.
I know. Wait, but like it's a scrapbook at this point.
Yeah.
You can't delete my scrapbook.
Can we bring back like what is it called? Photo book? Or like...
Oh, photo bucket?
Photo bucket?
Not Spider Monkey.
Spider Monkey is email thing, no?
No, that's Survey Monkey.
Oh, period.
The Spider Monkey's just a thing. Pick Monkey?
Pick Monkey,
Photo bucket.
And Photo bucket. Like, let's just bring those bitches back. Like, everyone has...
I saw that there's a new Canva. I think it's fake. It's like a small thing. It was like an ad on Instagram, and it was like, who needs Canva when you have the whatever? It was like an AI Canva. And I was like...
You know what? Let's all go back to Tumblr and Visco. That's it. That's where I'm leaving this tonight.
Apple Intelligence. Visco was fun. Yeah. But Apple Intelligence is now a thing. Did you get it on your computer?
No.
I don't know when it updated, but it updated. My brother, when we were in Utah, he had like the newest iPhone, I guess, or iPad or something, and it had the newest whatever. Had Apple Intelligence, and it has like a little feature where you can ask it to like make an AI photo, and it was actually really good. Like, well, I mean, to be fair, the kids were doing crazy shit. Like, they were doing cartoon stuff. So it was like, can you make Auntie Sam a cat with the Santa hat on or whatever? And it would do it, but it did a good job. Didn't really look like me, but
wow,
it was crazy. Anyway,
that's
Apple
crazy.
See, technology is just like, it moves so fucking fast. You really can't keep up.
It moves so fast, and then all of a sudden, we don't even know the repercussions of it, like ChatGPT. Like, now all of a sudden, not good to use it, not sustainable. You know, I'm constantly learning, and you know where I found that? On TikTok. So wouldn't have found it otherwise. Anyway, I think it's time to go. The sun is literally in my face.
Oh, you're blocking it for me, I think. I don't know.
No,
I think I'm just not.
You're
I'm
just
like
not there,
perfectly out of the...
I might look like I'm only like half of my face.
Half a face.
But it's fine. But anyway, still, this episode's gonna feel a little silly if TikTok's still here, but if not,
we're just ranting. These are our thoughts about it pre-ban.
Yeah, pre-ban.
Maybe you can resonate with these thoughts.
Brain rot.
Do we like being brain rotten? Do we not like being brain rotten?
I'm somewhere
ethically
between.
Are we brain rotten? You know what I mean? Like, is Meta a bitch?
Yes.
Is Amazon a bitch?
Correct.
She's
my life
so fast.
It is so much easier because of those two, though. So it's hard to... Anyway.
My life exists in the way it does because of those things. Yeah. That's hard to release. Anyway.
That's
yeah,
it.
We'll see. If TikTok still exists, we'll make a fucking video on there, I guess.
All right. We'll catch you guys in next week's episode. Thank you for listening or tuning in wherever you are. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at We Hear a Lot Pod. if TikTok's still around, check us out there too.
Yeah.
But that's going to be it for now. So we'll catch you guys in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.